Hey, we have an NBA redesign. We have a uniform redesign. That means I am back on the clock. If you like uniform breakdown, you've come to the right place. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel and check out other deep dives, breakdowns of other uniform changes around sports. Also, a reminder, you can become part of the Jedi Council, an exclusive members-only club for this YouTube channel with members-only videos, members-only Q&As, live chats, and members-only discounts to merch from the channel store. Jump on board, hit join above me, or check out the URL in the description of this video or of the channel, and you will be one with the Jedi Council. The Orlando Magic have changed up their jerseys, and really it's a back to the future type thing, which is very popular in sports these days. Why? Because at some point in time, everybody in the sports world will admit that if they just went back to their late 80s uniforms, everything would be better. And the Magic realized that. You know, the Magic, when they debuted in the late 80s, had amazing uniforms. Number one, they had the pinstripes. And thankfully, they're going back to those pinstripes full-time with these three jerseys, home, away, and alternate. The old school pinstripe uniforms of the Orlando Magic were special for basketball. Really, other teams began copying that. Pinstripes have obviously always been a New York Yankees thing, but in basketball, in the NBA, that was not a thing, really, until the Magic owned it when they were an expansion squad in the late 80s. When they debuted in 1989, you had the home whites with the beautiful pinstripes, and you had the road blacks, again, beautiful pinstripes. Now, you would see that there were the Charlotte Hornets that also had the pinstripes, those beautiful teal ones. And after that, because of the popularity of these two franchises, the Chicago Bulls went with pinstripes in the late 90s, and the Indiana Pacers saw themselves, a traditional old-school basketball state, go pinstripes as well. And so the most recent version of the Magic jerseys had those pinstripes, but it was so light, it was almost shadowing, and it wasn't really bold and out there like this is what we do. It's a half-assed attempt at doing the pinstripes. Either do them or don't do them. The way they were doing them, I thought was wrong. So I'm glad to see them back and bold. So let's talk about what they've graduated from and going back to these. Well, they had that ridiculous Magic and Orlando font that just felt generic across the front for the last couple of years. And those Dwight Howard years and Paolo Banchero years, there's just nothing identifiable with the jersey, with the uniform, or really even the logo. They've kind of tried to modernize the basketball with the wizard swoosh behind it, but it felt like clip art. And anytime that you've moved away from what made you identifiable once upon a time, which was the star and the stars that looked like the Magic Kingdom, which is perfect for the Orlando Magic, their namesake, that was the identifier. That was the soul of the logo and the jerseys. And they kind of did away with that to go corporate. And so going back to what really made them special, unique, identifiable, definitely a win. The name across the front with the star as the A and the blue font, black outline, or on the road jerseys, white font, black outline. That all works. Now, frankly, in terms of the font across the front of the jersey, I liked when it was more cartoonish back in the 80s and 90s. Everything from that era is cool again. So that M looks awesome. The star as the I, the dot above the I, is really cool as well. I would have frankly just gone back to those. Who was going to argue if you turn back the clock exactly to those Penny and Shaq jerseys? And let's remember that the Penny and Shaq era of the early to mid 90s is one of the most popular eras that any team has enjoyed without winning an NBA championship. How many? Maybe the LJ Mourning Muggsy Bogues Hornets, maybe the Dominique Wilkins Hawks of the 80s, but that Shaq and Penny combination was as cool as you could get, and the jerseys reflect that. So it's fine to just go back to those. This is like 75% of the way there. So overall, I'm going to give it a passing grade. I like this. It's an improvement. But what a missed opportunity with the alternate uniforms. This third jersey is reprehensible. It's disgusting. You have the black, which is cool, a very identifiable jersey in Magic history, but you're cutting it off at the knees by going blue up top and then the diagonal Magic across your chest. It splits the baby. It's got to be one or the other. And who wouldn't have wildly applauded if they just went back to the blues, the beautiful blue with the stars all faded in there? That was awesome. Or who would have argued if it was just the straight Shaq black jerseys with the pinstripes? Everybody would have applauded. Instead, you split the difference, and what do you get? You get a worse version, a terrible version, when you had two awesome alternates just waiting there for you in the bin. Now, of course, they could always dust off those 90s retro uniforms as a fourth jersey, but what a missed opportunity to not have your third jersey be an exact replica of those gorgeous jerseys that they had 30 years ago. On to the logos. Are they better? Yeah, because the last iteration of the Orlando Magic logo was lame. Look at that basketball and the curvature of that arc. It's just, again, it's clip art nonsense. It's generic nonsense. It gives you nothing of what makes the Magic cool. So the fact that they bring back the round basketball with the stars behind it trailing, I think is awesome. What I don't love is outlining it with the circle because it looks like so many other NBA logos, almost as though they're all trying to fit into the same type of typeface or font or presentation. That looks just like the Atlanta Hawks, the Toronto Raptors, the circle with the names circling around a basketball or circular interior. I kind of like the basketball just trailing with the stars with no other font around it, except it does feel a little Phoenix Suns-ish. But then the logo with the star behind it, it doesn't strike me as Magic. I think the whole thing with the Magic's logo, which is awesome, is the idea that as the basketball moves through the air, it's leaving sparkles of magic, of pixie dust, of Mickey Mouse's wand at the Magic Kingdom behind it. You could almost hear it, the chimes, as the basketball sails through the air. And, you know, when you put a star behind it, it kind of loses it. It almost looks like the Dallas Stars. If I'm the Magic, I just stick with that second logo. And again, don't mess with something that is so evidently popular and present it to you on a silver platter. Just go back to the old school ones. Everybody will love you. Overall, passing grade, this is a B+ because they got back to their roots, but it could have been an A or even an A+ so easily, and they just missed the mark. If you love uniform breakdowns like me, you know what? This is your place. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And like I said before, if you want members exclusive content and discounts to merch here on the channel and Q&A chats, hey, join. Be a Jedi Council member right here above me. It's easy enough. Appreciate you watching, everybody. I'm DA, Damon Amendolara. We'll see you next time.